give me the signal. In a time of war and so much political turmoil on our planet, I don't have to tell you, a lot of you are aware with what's happening in so many parts of the country and the world, between Israel and Iran and Gaza and Israel and Ukraine and Russia is like, and all what's happening on our planet. There is no better time to be in Presence Divine Satsang, to rise the consciousness and to rise our vibration and to gather to send a beautiful aura of peace. And so welcome, beloved, on our first in Presence Divine Satsang. And we will have them every month, the last Saturday at noon Pacific time, to meditate together, dhyana meditation for 20 minutes, and it will be followed by a Q and answer, Q&A. And it would be wonderful also to get some feedback from you if you want to have longer meditation in presence, or you want longer time for questioning. But before we start, because I don't want to talk much, but I would love for us to take a breath together. Please sit comfortably with your spine erect and with cross-legged. You can also stretch your leg as long as you have some support if you have cross-legged. Not cross-legged, but I meant like stretch. Look upward and turn your hands into yoga mudra, mudra of receptivity. For this, we'll do a little process together to rise the frequency on our planet, and for some of you to rise your own vibration. We're going to bring the blue pearl of consciousness from our own heart, Hanahata, and we're going to spread it all over the planet, invoking the grace of all the great Mahavatar and all the Ascended Master. And for some of you know what is the blue pearl. It is, I talk about that in Becoming the Light, Realize Your True Enlightened Nature, in my book. But I always, Devi Ma talk always about the blue flame of awareness is exactly the same. It's a cosmo pact of that we have, every human being, we have the blue pearl within. It is the universal consciousness of God, the divine, the supreme, whatever name we call it by. And it is eternal and omnipotent, omnipresent, and it is within each of us. And it continues to come from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. But I won't elaborate on the blue pearl now because we can do a whole set song on that. So for now, just close your eyes and let's take a deep breath together as we always do. Consciously put your awareness on at your root chakra, your Muladhara, and then caress your spine with your breath as we're going to breathe 3 deep, beautiful breaths as one being, one soul, one spirit, and one God, all united as one. And relax into this one. And now, let's try that. What about now? Can you hear? And now, let's try that.
Excuse me. Hold on. We're gonna start again, okay?
What about now? Can you hear? I'm going to start from which point? Where we take a breath together?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone can hear? Please type a yes with a red heart in the chat or the comment section. We're very sorry about the inconvenience. Those things do happen. Where we take a breath together? Yeah. Okay. Everyone can hear? Please type a yes with a red heart in the chat or the comment section. It's working? Okay. So I don't know the part you missed or you didn't miss, but we'll start from here. Let's take a breath, a deep breath together, conscious, mindful. Follow your breath consciously, caressing your spine and let go completely. And a second one, and relax into this one. We breathe as one being, one soul, one spirit, one God, one family. And the last one. And let go completely into this. Wonderful. So, welcome, beloved. Devi Ma was saying, if you're new to our channel, we're happy. And I don't know what you have missed. We had some technical problem. I hope everyone can hear. Can we hear it's going well, beautiful, okay. Sorry about the inconvenience. We need the music, Prashant. We're going to meditate together. So I was saying for some of you who have been empowered into the second part of the Siddha Satchit Kriyananda, you have been empowered with the Bijan mantra, which I call the Shiva empowerment. So you bring your Bijan mantra. And for you, beloved, who are new, and you just focus your awareness on your conscious breathing. So you inhale, caressing your spine. You exhale, always caressing the spine. Bring your awareness there. And sit comfortably with either with your leg crossed or your leg stretch. And in meditation, it's always the right hands above your left hand, like this, gently. And then you look upward without straining yourself, you're looking upward where your third eye is, and then you sit gently. And you can meditate also with cross-legged or stretch leg. It's up to you. If you do that, then you need some support for your back. Okay, is everything good? Everyone can hear? Good. We're very sorry about this inconvenience. We had a lot of trouble today. For some reason, this never happened, but now we're here. And so we will start our dhyana meditation together. And I was saying there is no better time to raise consciousness on our planet in the time of so much political turmoil and war. Wouldn't you agree? And with so much going on. So, but before we do that, together, I was talking about the blue pearl. I don't know if you heard all of that. Were you able to hear everything Devi Mayi Ma said in the beginning? Or the sound was not there? Was the sound there? Did you hear when I talk about the blue pearl? The blue pearl is the universal light of consciousness. We all have it within our own being. I often refer to it to the blue flame of awareness. So together, we're going to see it from our heart just for a few minutes before we meditate. And we're going to spread the blue pearl, the blue flame around our planet, invoking all the Mahavatar and the Ascended Master to bring peace and harmony right now on our planet. So we rise not only the consciousness, but rise the frequency and the vibration within our own being and within our planet. And I can feel, ooh, it's very strong. So let's do that for only a few minutes. So see the blue pearl from your third eye. If you cannot, visualize it, and just see it spreading all around Mother Earth and hold that vision. And there is this video satsang that we actually posted on the community. It's a great one to really watch. The emergency call of the Ascended Master. I go in depth about this. So see Mother Earth, bring the blue flame of awareness and see it spreading all around Mother Earth with this eclectic, this ethereal blue light. Invoking the grace of all Mahavatar and all the Ascended Master. What I mean by Ascended Master is all who have left this physical realm. And together, consciously, let's hold that blue light. See it surrounding Mother Earth. To mollify all the negative energy on our planet. Invoking the grace of all the great Mahavatar and assist us into this transition. And as you do that, breathe, breathe, breathe completely with full awareness of your conscious breathing. And sit with me as a little child in a state of wonderment and receptivity and openness and trust and vulnerability. Because when you trust, the mind goes away and then you become full of the divine. And one last breath, and we bow down. We are grateful for this moment in the grace of the Mahavatar and the Mahadevi, the Mahashakti. So let's meditate together for 20 minutes, and then we'll have a short Q&A. And it would be wonderful you write in the comments section after how was your experience, and would you like to have longer meditation, maybe 30 minutes in presence, or would you like to have more Q&A? This in Presence Divine Satsang, I was saying we will have it regularly every last Saturday of the month at noon Pacific time. And so right now it's designed to be about 45 minutes, but we can extend it to an hour if you want more time for meditation and more time for questions. So let us know after, at the end, in the comments section. It would be wonderful to hear your feedback. And how was it for you? Okay, so let's start meditation right now. So sit comfortably. And we need, Prashant, the music for 20 minutes. And I will put my clock. to believe, but 20 minutes when it was like 1 second. Don't you agree? So take your own time. When you finish meditating, it's always wonderful. You rub your hands together and you put it right on your eyes. Like that. It went so fast. So make sure you let us know if you want more time. And in the comment section, after when we finish this in Presence Satsang, and if you want more time for question as well. So because we lost some time in the beginning, I don't know what you heard and what you didn't hear. We'll take only one question today. I'm very sorry about this. And so those things are unpredictable. And no matter what, we're very well organized, but sometimes, technicality today, things do happen. Like last Drinking Bliss Divine Satsang, we had a glitch also that was caused by YouTube. So please forgive us. Thank you for your patience and your understanding. And so let's take a question. But before we do so, for all of you who are new, if you want to receive the empowerment, which I have said earlier, but I don't know if you heard, this is a dhyana meditation. I call it Shiva empowerment meditation. And so if you want to receive it, this is the second part of the Siddha Satchit Kriya Ananda meditation. And we're going to have a mini retreat in July online. It's a very, very short version. You can go on devigrace.org on their program. You can read about it. If you want to join us, send an email. And it will be, I think, on the 26th and the 27th at noon Pacific time until 3 o'clock for 2 days in a row. So you can check it out. The link it will be in the description. And there will also be a full version of 7-day intense on location. We don't know yet where, maybe in Egypt, maybe in Mexico, maybe in Hawaii. We haven't decided yet, but hopefully very soon in the next 6 months. So you can see all the information there on the link. davisgrace.org, and you go on their program. Actually, the full direct link would be there for Radiating the Light spiritual retreat. So let's take one question, or if we have time, and if you want to, we'll take two. It's up to you, as I said. So I know Adam Buddha had a question, and if you can type it, and I will receive it. I am going to read it from my own phone, so I make sure I have the question properly. And technically speaking, we should be done today, but like I said, we lost some time. So let us know if you want to stick around another 15 minutes. I'm happy to be here for you. So let's see. Is there a question? Can you send it? I have promised, there was a question that came in yesterday, so I promised I was going to answer this one. So I will definitely take that one from Adam. And if we have time and if you're willing, and if there's another one, maybe we'll take another one. But hopefully we will figure out what happened today with the sound so it doesn't happen again. This has never happened to us before. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is more than one question, it's two questions. I'm going to read it so everyone knows. How does the mistreatment of animals in the food industry and elsewhere impact the collective karma? And the second question is from Adam. How does it impact humanity beyond the direct impact through food and pet industry? I will start with the first one because I have to say this is an extremely important question, and I'm so glad you asked. And we can do a whole satsang on that. I can elaborate for hours on that. So I will try to answer as quick as possible to give you an overview because this is a vast subject. And the animal cruelty is rampant, unfortunately, on our planet. It's been going on for a long time. But since the industrial era, human beings have devised this farm factory. I don't know if you know about farm factory, but this has been the worst karma on our planet. So collectively, what we've seen, it has a direct impact from the farm. Let me elaborate just a little bit, just for a few seconds, if you allowed me. On farm factory, some of you, if you don't know, it's not like that pretty vision picture of, you know, of little farm where you love your animal, you treat them well, you feed them well, and it's small and they're free, they're raising on pasture and they're free and you care for them for their entire life. No, farm factory is a manufacturer. They look at an animal not as a sentient being, but as a product where they can capitalize and make a profit. And so there is no humane treatment, no compassion. This is to make a profit. And the way they slaughter the animal today, if you could see, I have seen with my own eyes, not there, but being involved in the animal rights movement for a very long time when I was much younger. It has been tremendous. So the level of impact, not only just collectively, but I'll talk about the different level. Collective, karmic, as a planet, and also as per individual, and what are the solutions to rectify that. So farm factory, there are like hundreds, thousands, or maybe even hundreds of thousands of animals, and every farm factory are very different. If there are chicken, I won't go into all the cruelty of it. It's a pretty horrendous picture. And the animals suffer tremendously. And even when they go to the slaughtering house, they're very, very well aware of what's happening. They're terrified. Even cows shed tears. Did you know, beloved? Devi Ma could cry about this because it is a huge factor affecting our collective karma. And the direct karma is at the level of the climate, the global warming. It is at huge impact. The methane, which is a greenhouse emission, has been a huge contributor to the environment, to global warming. I'm not a scientist, you can do research on that, but there are a lot, this is a fact. This doesn't come from Devi Mayi Ma. All the statistic is there to prove that how the farm factory has a direct correlation, and this is the collective karma, how it affects Mother Earth, the global warming, like the nitro oxide that in the feed of feeding those animals, hundreds of thousands of animals all over the planet, maybe million, actually, as a matter of fact, it will be millions all over, because it's not just here in America, it's happening everywhere. It is causing soil degradation. That's one of the reasons why our soil is so deprived of nutrient, because of the nitro oxide caused by feeding all those millions of animals around the planet. So combined with the methane emission, all those greenhouse emission affect the water. It goes into the river, into the ocean, it goes into the soil. So those two things, methane and nitro oxide. And so, and it affects those greenhouse emission. And did you know those two elements I've just mentioned, methane and nitro oxide, is even worse than carbon dioxide. And so farm factory is the worst invention of the industrial era, and that needs to stop. And one of the best way to do that is for us to take responsibility, beloved. It starts from oneself. It is, I'm not here to preach anything, but I will tell you the best diet for nullify the collective karma on our planet is to become a vegetarian and a vegan. Wouldn't you agree? Not just for the collective karma, to minimize the impact of the farm factory, and hopefully if overnight, think about it for a second, if overnight millions of people become vegetarian and vegan, do you know what's going to happen to those farm factories? They will have to close their door. That's the reality. They will have to reinvent themselves in a different way. And you see a movement towards that. You see a movement already, people who were in those industries, who were horrified and became conscious, and they started having a spiritual awakening. I have seen that from being in the movement in animal welfare when I was much younger, and how those people who were actually even working in those farm factories, or they were working in the slaughtering houses, they started having nightmare at night and realizing, oh my God, what's happening to me? And they started having some more awareness and consciousness, realizing what they were doing was horrific. And they were inflicting so much pain and so much suffering to another sentient beings, because at a collective karmic consciousness is lowering down the vibration, the frequency on our planet. And I have explained to you already the impact it has on global warming, on the water, on the soil degradation. Now, I didn't talk to you about the land that it requires to grow those animals and to feed them, the costs. All of those grain, did you know, beloved, hundreds of thousands of pounds of grain that are being fed to those livestock to raise them as a product, to feed them, and the antibiotic that they give to those animals, how it take away the land. And so it has a huge impact on biodiversity. It has extinct some species. It has taken away a lot of land. I can give you an example in the Amazon. So many, I don't know how many thousands of acres who have been used, burned. They have burned part of the Amazon I think, if I'm correct, I forgot all the data on that, but I think half of the Amazon, or close to that, was burned to use as a land to raise animal for animal product consumption, just for the taste bud. So I think you get a pretty good picture. And all those grains could have been used to feed the third world country, the developing country, where there is malnutrition, like in Africa. And you see so many children, babies, infants, who are dying of starvation. I talk to you, beloved, and I have Shakti running all through my body right now when I talk to you about that. That is the collective karma that we're facing on our planet. And it has a huge impact on the vibration and the frequency. And so here are the solutions. What can we do beside becoming vegetarian and vegan? This is the utmost responsibility for someone who is starting to become aware and who's awakening and who's going through a spiritual journey. And I will tell you, as a matter of fact, the most crucial step of spiritual awakening, it always happened with seeing when the Anahata opened up and you start seeing the divine into the eyes of an animal or even an insect, then you start feeling this Maha Karuna, this compassion, then it's natural. This is the first step in the spiritual awakening on your spiritual journey. And it has been for this one, and I've seen it with so many of my followers and disciples, that when the Anahata start opening, they become very sensitive to other life form. And so wouldn't you agree it's very natural that you will start looking at your own action, your own words, your own thoughts, especially your action. And then when you sit and you look at your plate, compassion start on your plate. And if you're still eating animal product, this is the most empowering thing you can do, for not only for yourself, for your own karma, for your health, for your own vibration, and so you can go deeper into your meditation, because it's becoming more sattvic. If you become vegetarian and especially vegan, and I will tell you the reason why I emphasize veganism, because the worst cruelty takes place in the dairy industry. The dairy industry is notorious for that. And even though it's true, there is a movement now more for smaller farm where the chicken grow and they're free. It's wonderful to see that. But I have been a vegan for already, I don't know how many decades, but it also affects your whole subtle body. It affects your etheric body and your causal body. It's having a life that is more sattvic, based on the mode of sattva, on lucidity. And it's more conducive to go deeper into meditation and to go faster to awaken through your true divine presence. And so when you realize that one human being can save thousands of animals, I'm not sure of the statistic, but I know it's at least a couple of hundreds of animals per year of not eating animal product. The consumption is very high. And so the benefits are just so tremendous. Collectively, how it impacts everything we talked about so far, and especially how it impacts your own karma. Because now out of a sudden, you will see how you're vibrating at a different kind of frequency. You will notice that you go deeper into your meditation and your health. It has a huge impact on your health, because when you eat a vegan diet, it will also be a diet that is more nutritious, and it will also be a diet that is sattvic, and it will be a diet that is more alkaline. And the benefit of alkaline, I talk about that in my book, versus, because animal products are very acidic, and it's been proven scientifically how it causes all the major disease that you see today: heart attack, cancer, diabetes. So it has a direct correlation. A diet, a sedentary diet that is based on animal product and cheese, for example, and eggs, and very high in cholesterol, has a direct correlation on a sedentary diet with all those major disease I talked to you about. And so the karma is tremendous on an individual level. And so if you start changing that, you affecting not only your own personal karma at the level of your subtle body and your pranic body, at all level, your mana maya kosha on your mental level, and you can transcend those sheets, and then to touch your bliss body, to be into your divine presence is a huge impact. I cannot underestimate that. What you eat and what you drink has a huge impact. And as a yogi and someone who is a true seeker, I would say it's a must. I'm not going to make the decision for you, but if you are a conscious being, you will take that. You test it for yourself. You will see the benefit, and how your action will have an incredible impact on the collective karma. So, beloved, imagine if tomorrow there is 1 million people who watch this satsang, and why not? Miracle happen every day, and all those people become vegan overnight. How he will save so many millions of animals. And so this is how, baby step at a time, how we can change not only our own karma, but collectively how we can change the karma. Not why raising so animal, how we can be so healthy and so vibrant and so radiant being a vegan. Don't you agree? If you agree, just write yes with a big heart in the description. I would love to hear your thought on that. But like I said, this question can be a whole satsang, because it's multi-layer. So let's see the second question, because we way over time. And so the second question is, how does it impact humanity beyond the direct impact through food, well, and pet industry? I kind of touch on that, but food and pet industry, well, I'm not sure what you mean by that, pet industry. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. The food industry, well, if we eliminate as much as possible animal product, we will see a more vibrant energy on our planet. And that's the one thing I didn't talk about. I think this is what's most important to take away from those two questions. If people change their diet, you know already, I've already explained to you the consequences. Because remember, karma is a memory. It's the law of cause and effect. So here's a cause, and here's will be the effect of it. It's not a law of punishment and reward, like, like the myth of karma most people think is, Oh, I do good, I will receive good. I do bad, I will receive bad. A lot of people think also of karma, it's going to be in the next life. Karma can be in the here and now, in this lifetime. The perfect example is, yes, if you change your diet overnight and you're obese, you will start losing weight very quickly. And the level of vibrancy you're going to bring in your sadhana will be completely different. You will rise your vibration. And how it's going to have an incredible impact on your health. You see cause and effect right there in the here and now over a period of 6 months will be tremendous. So the one thing I didn't explain in the food industry is, and how it affects, is also at the very core essential is when those animals are slaughtered, they do have pain and feelings and emotion. I think a lot of you know that. And if you're not sure about that, I'm inviting you to go into a slaughtering house and go and witness for yourself. You will see how terrified they are. And they do express emotion. And so they release endorphin, they release hormone into their body. They release the energetic feelings, those hormones of fear, of hatred, of terror, of all of this go into their flesh. Not counting some of them are sick. They have been having cancer, they have been having antibiotic for their whole lifetime. So all of this is imprinted into their flesh. So that flesh, when it's put into a product, it goes into the food industry. This is what people eat. People who are not on the spiritual path, and this is not a judgment value, this is an objective statement. People who eat animal consumption from food industry, this is what they eat. They eat this low vibrancy, they eat those emotion, they eat those dizzy, those animal, they eat the antibiotic, the medicine, everything that went into the flesh of the animal, that's what they eat. This is on the metaphysical level. They eat the fear, they eat the terror, they eat the hatred. Maybe animals don't eat, I don't know that, but they certainly release hormone, they certainly release that energy of being terrified and the fear and the sadness and the sobbing. I have seen it with my own eyes, how cows, they know it. And the pig are the most intelligent. Did you know a pig is more intelligent than the dog? The chicken, they're so beautiful. Oh, and so the pet industry, well, here there's a dilemma, and I won't go into all of this because we can go on and on and on. It's a big issue because, of course, we also have animal product in the pet industry. And I know with dogs, you can safely put dogs on a vegetarian diet. We did have dogs, and they were vegetarian. With cats, it's a different story. And cats, they can go blind if they don't eat chicken. They cannot. They were born carnivore, and this is proven scientifically. I have seen it with our own cats. If you don't feed them animal products, chicken, because that's basically what they eat, or fish, they go hunting. They go after the birds. But I don't want to go into all those because, like I said, we could do a whole satsang on this subject. It's very deep. And we want to minimize as much as we can. And the positive impact of all of that is if you can put your dogs on a healthy vegetarian diet, It's very possible. This is safe. And with kitty cat, it's a different story. And I try. That was a big dilemma and made me so sad for so many years. Did so much research, and they were not great product out in the market. You can't feed your cat tofu and quinoa. They will go blind, and they will end up going out hunting and killing the birds. And so, but there is movement towards now bringing line of healthy, good quality product for dogs, for vegetarian dogs. In our days, we cooked for them. They're not alive anymore. They had a beautiful life. They left now, and we miss them very much. But they were vegetarian for most of their life. And so the karma is the same. So whatever we can do, every baby step we can do to make a difference. And don't overestimate the power of your words and your thoughts, and especially your action. Even one small baby step into the right direction will have a huge impact, not only on your own karma. And before I forget, what's most important when it comes to karmic imprint at a level, on a personal level, is your volition. If you do something with a pure volition of to do good, and you're doing your very best to move forward into making a more harmonic impact, not only in your own life, but on a cosmic level. It's a pure volition. This is what's most important, because if your volition is pure and positive, the impact will be less karmically. But if you're not conscious and aware, and there is not a pure volition, and it's your intention is negative and is selfish, and it's you only look at how can I satisfy my own desire, and then the impact will be negative. And again, cause and effect. I gave you the perfect example when it comes to your own health. I mean, you can see the perfect example on a collective karma with global warming. And if you're not convinced by what I'm saying, don't take my words for it. Go online and do research, because there's a ton of nonprofit organizations. They have incredible documentation on scientific study that prove exactly what I just told you. And so, beloved, this is the time together to rise the consciousness on our planet. Don't you agree? So whatever you can do, I highly encourage you to do it. And I bow down to you. And for all of you who are new on our channel, and all of you also are with us, if you love this in Presence Satsang, please express your feelings, you write down comments, and click the like button, and subscribe if you're new. And come and join us next month in July for Drinking Bliss Divine Satsang, every second Monday of the night at 7 p.m. Pacific time. The next one will be our superpower on devotion. What is the power of devotion? Your superpower. And in Presence Satsang, it will be from now on every second, no, actually, excuse me, the last Saturday of the month. And if you're in doubt about that, just go on the community tab. You will have an announcement. It will always be at noon Pacific time. And let us know if you want more, a little longer time for meditation. Is there a question or a comment? Let me see. We way over time, but thank you for being here. Oh, Morad, we're going to keep this question for our Drinking Bliss Satsang. I love this question, but it pertained for our next Satsang. And because we went over time, please write down that question in your journal because it's about devotion. And I would love to elaborate on that. And I promise you, beloved, I will answer it in Drinking Bliss Divine Satsang, which it will be, I don't know the date. Can you look, beloved, on the calendar? July the second Monday. It will be the second Monday in July at 7 p.m. And it will be all about devotion. So we will take your question first, Morad. Okay, beloved? What is July the 2nd on Monday? Can you give me the date?
It's July the 2nd day.
The date, the second Monday of the month in July?
Second Monday, 7th.
The second Monday?
Yes, 7th.
It will be the 7th.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
So we believe it's going to be July 7th. But don't worry, you could see it on social media. And if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, you can do so. And if you want to be empowered into the Siddha Satchit Kriya Ananda and receive at the same time the empowerment of the Bijan mantra, so you can do it with us every month when you come in Divine Presence Satsang, please click on the link that will be posted shortly in the description, and also on the description it will be pinned there, and so you can come check it out, send an email and join us in July. So beloved, I'm sending you a wave of divine love, light and grace and blessing. And namaste, and we'll see you at Drinking Bliss Divine Satsang next July, and the same in Presence Satsang in July, in those two satsang. Don't forget to write your comment and give us some feedback. I'm here for you. Namaste.